Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we have a fun episode. We're going to be looking at the art of Mark Pacella, X-Force versus X Factor, a couple of fun fill-in issues that he did in the 90s. So I cannot wait to share it with you. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button and let's get right into it. Okay, so we'll look at X-Force first. Mark Pacella is like this crazy 90s artist who is definitely, I feel like, a disciple of Rob Liefeld. He did some fill-in issues for Liefeld and worked with Liefeld on a few projects, and I feel like he was kind of the go-to guy if you wanted like a Liefeld effect. So I think this is before Liefeld had left X-Force. I forgot exactly what was the last issue that he was on, but this is like a fill-in issue. Mark Pacella, inked by Dan Panosian. And I feel like there's like a Rob Liefeld aesthetic, but there's a bombastic sort of Jack Kirby craziness and like explosiveness about Mark Pacella's art that's a lot of fun. So let's do it. Fabian Nicieza, writer, Mark Pacella, penciler, Dan Panosian, inks, Chris Eliopoulos at letters, Steve Bucalato, colors, Bob Harris, edits, and Tom DeFalco, fan cleaner. Interesting. So this is X-Force, 90s Fever. This is right before the launch of Image. Oh no, I guess this is after the launch of Image Comics, 1992, like right around the same time. Maybe this is after Liefeld has left. I don't know. Check out this crazy double page spread. That is so cool. I love it. Richter, Tiger Strike, Yeti. I mean, come on, this is crazy. Bridge, Grizzly, Kane. I mean, this is like 90s goodness at its finest. Like the anatomy is explosive. Everyone's on steroids. Everything's out of control. Dan Panosian giving some good inks here. Very much the Image style. Very much like in the Rob Liefeld fashion, like the shadowing on the cheekbones and stuff. Just the hatching and the rendering. I do like his use of Zipatone there. Whoa, another double page spread right in a row. Cable looking fierce. X-Force attacks positions. Warpath looking super crazy. Yeah, like this art is fun, but super crazy, right? And it's like super Image, just like two panels, 2 page spreads, no backgrounds, like action, 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 big guns. You know, this is definitely from the Rob Liefeld vacuum cleaner gun academy way of drawing guns, but I feel like these are a little more adept. You know, I mean, Liefeld's notoriously known as like sort of an all over the place kind of artist. Sometimes he looks more like it looks more right than others, but it's pretty inconsistent. I feel like where Mark Pacella has the upper hand, as crazy as his art looks in certain circumstances, it feels a little more consistent. And I think that's the key, even to comic book art. A lot of times, that's a great page of panel that or cable that looks really freaking cool. I mean, this is fun art. You know what I mean? This is definitely where comics were at the time, and I don't know what that says, but you know, people lament 90s comics, but a lot of them were fun. And Fabian Nicieza was like one of the better writers of the time, so I feel like it's a sign of the times, for sure. I mean, and then we get fun, great pages like that. That's pretty cool. I would like to, I don't know. I'm down for more Mark Pacella cable. That'd be kind of fun to have. I mean, I'm not sure what he's up to lately, but I feel like he's still drawing. This is a great page there. I love that. Fun Chris Eliopoulos letters here. He would be Eric Larson's letterer, I feel, for a long time in Savage Dragon. And his sound effects are on point. Also a cartoonist himself. I feel like this page alone, maybe this will be the thumbnail. This should be the thumbnail. The must-see feral art of all time. I don't even know where to start with this. You forgot to color her crotch triangle, and now it looks like she's naked. Like, why wasn't this Sasquatch or Wendigo? Like, who's Yeti? That's crazy. But oh my god, I kind of would love to own the original art, or at least be able to see this in person, because if I had any misgivings or dismissiveness, trepidations about Mark Pacella's art at all, I'm super in love with this page. Like, probably for all the wrong reasons. I don't know, her boobs look hysterical. Did her costume really look like that? That is so insane. But I love it. That's what, I would love to, that actually might be a good idea. Your version of Feral. I want to see like 500 different versions of Feral. I think it could go either way, like really full tilt boogie. That's a great panel there. I love this effect here. I think that's definitely like a zipatone kind of thing happening. I love that everyone, like, that is so funny. That's so unnatural. And that is so, like, I guess you're leaning into, like, the Liefeld house style there with that big crazy mouth, which looks like it could look the same upside down or right side up. I don't... That's what I'm saying about how it gets a little crazy and off the rails sometimes. I'm sorry, I was entranced by daddy-looking Thor there. Ooh, Domino. I do love Domino. Oh my gosh, this character, this looks like an old-timey comic strip kind of art, but how great. I love the way the champagne is pouring into the glass. That is crazy. I love your art, Mark Pacella. I would love to see how it's evolved since then. I mean, obviously, this is 30 years ago, so I'm sure it's very, very different now. And then I feel like he was jumping around doing, like, fill-in issues, maybe, or whatever, but then eventually go, like, work at, Image with Rob Liefeld. I'm not 100%. So, but we have this great issue of X Factor, illustrated by Mark Now, too. Written by Peter David, pencils by Mark Pacella, inks by Al Milgrom this time. So Al is a little more faithful to inker or to pencilers, I feel, and Dan Panosian was a little more stylish. So we'll see how they compare. Is this Fin Fang Foom? Peter David and his hilariousness. Colors by Glynis Oliver. We're in good hands there. Letters by Richard Starkings. Amazing to think that the same man who lettered The Killing Joke lettered this. Editor Kelly Corvies. Ex-Lord Bob Harris, and Editor-in-Chief Tom DeFalco. I'll let that speak for itself. So here we go. Fin Fang Foom, strong guy. Oh my god, hilarious. Loving the Mark Pacella pencils here once again. Like, so good. Madrox. This was such a great era for X Factor, and I feel like it's been revisited a couple of times by Peter David. Always to great effect. Like, sure, there are certain tropes and annoyances with Peter David's writing, especially the corny sense of humor and the slapstick jokes and whatever. Like, I feel like in a way don't hold up well, but I mean, I loved all of it at the time. Like his Hulk run, his X-Force, his X Factor. What else? Whatever, anything he was writing at the time, I was totally down for. Sauron, how cool. This is so speaks of the time. This is so the Image era. Like, that might as well just be her bare ass there, right? Like, what kind of costume is that? Havoc. I did love the designs on these. I feel like they possibly were designed by Larry Stroman, who did the book with Peter David initially. And how cool was that? I have to say, like, X-Force during this period was experiencing a lot of, like, really sort of experimental out there kind of art, and I'm living for it now. Like, you had Jay Lee, you had Larry Stroman, you had Joe Quesada doing great art. Was it Joe Quesada? Who came first, Stroman or Quesada? I feel like it was Stroman, definitely Stroman. But this fun sort of like avant-garde, like, I love it. In lieu of a background, I'm just gonna draw like geometric shapes that have shading behind them. Fun element designs. That's a cool, crazy panel there too. I have to say, like, comic books should be fun, and there is room for all kinds of different crazy art, no matter what I say. And this is definitely fun art. I mean, I don't even know how this would translate in real life. What the hell is this outfit? I don't know, but I mean, and we're definitely getting into the Image, like Jim Lee aesthetic of like people being 11 or 13 heads tall. That's just cool. Oh my god, I love the Zipatone on that. This is a great page. I would love to own that page. They even knew it was a great page too because he signed it. Someone owns it, I'm sure. Very cool fun art. Did Rob drop in for like a guest panel? That looks very Rob Liefeld right there. But that's, I feel like, what Mark Pacella was probably going for and what they were looking for in him at the time. But he definitely brought enough of his own awesomeness to certainly stand out. How weird that sort of looks like Al Milgrom. I wonder if that was intentional. #1 fan. There's got to be some crazy joke going on in here. Rick Chalker. Peter David and his inside jokes. I would love to interview Peter David. You know, I've done a few fun interviews on my channel, and he would definitely be someone I would love to talk to. Statue of Liberty. I will definitely be looking up Mark Pacella more after this because that is some fun-ass crazy art. Totally love it. Anyway, X-Force, Mark Pacella, X-Force versus X Factor. 2 fun gems from 1992. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I'll bring you more later.